Hi everyone, and welcome back to OpenTTD with me, Tommy P. We're back here again at Flaningville Refineries today. Over the course of the last couple of episodes, we've slowly been building up a steady supply of oil to our refinery, and we're now in a position that this is receiving sufficient quantities of oil that will be able to start transporting the products that the refinery is making each month, which is petrochemicals and petroleum fuels. What I'm going to do is have a quick look back in the industry chains menu here, and we're going to go to oil. So as we know, we've been taking oil from the wells to the refinery, and that the refinery creates petrochemicals and petroleum fuels. What I want to do is to see where these industries are in relation to our refinery. So we'll link to the small map. So here's our refinery. I had a quick look at this before, and we have a petrol station. If I can find it on here, there we are. That's all the petrol stations flashing away. So the only one that's in any sort of proximity to our existing network is this petrol station here in Hartbourne, and there it is. And luckily for us, we already have the majority of the rail infrastructure in place to connect up to that petrol station, so we can use all of these tracks here to connect down into Hartbourne. Going back to my point that I made in episode 1 about infrastructure maintenance, which is one of the settings I've left turned on. With that turned on, wherever you can, you do really need to use as much of your existing infrastructure as possible to ensure that you can maintain a profitable route. The more tracks that you put down, the higher the costs are here in this property maintenance section of your finances. And as you can see, we've been doing quite well at keeping that to a minimum whilst growing our overall turnover. So that will be our petrol station that we'll be going for here. And I also spotted we have this, I can find it again on the menu here. Yeah, we have an ammonia plant here in New Flardwood, and the ammonia plant, one of the things that it requires is petrochemicals, and once again that's very near to an existing station that we've got. So the plan there, we're going to have to do quite a bit of jiggery-pokery with this station layout. My idea for transporting petrochemicals to this ammonia plant will be to convert this station into a ro-ro station, but we're going to have to move it slightly, and all of these antennas will not make that the easiest of jobs. But once we have that ro-ro station in place here, it will mean that the trains coming to collect the oil to go back to the refinery can come in, as well as the train which will be bringing the petrochemicals from the refinery to the station without any impact to loading times or anything like that. And then the idea will be that we will transport the petrochemicals using lorries to the ammonia plant over here. And that's a little bit more complicated than the petrol station, and therefore we'll look to get that done, or that part of the line set up first. So let's get our secondary station built here at the refinery. And what we need to do is create the station somewhere around here, and then get that to connect up to this line here. Let's get the station built. We'll stick on, most of this is the flat land here, so we'll want to stick with that level that we've got. If we flatten all of that out and then go into our stations, again it's oil facilities that we'll be using. I'm just going to move this and have this a little bit more this side. As we have been doing, I'm going to make this part of Flaningville Refineries by holding control down. And once again this will be a row style station. That'll be the incoming line. So, length of 2, 2 and 2. Get that to come down that way. And the way we'll connect these up is we'll have a bridge going across here. Don't need anything fancy, just the smaller 70-mile-an-hour line. And we'll have that connect like so, and that can come across we'll think on this. Just going to sort this bit out first, because we're going to have to create a tunnel here. To connect. That doesn't work. That's no good. I'll have a bit of a rethink on that there. Flatten that to get that to join here. That'll be this way. And our bridge, will that go there now? Yes, it will. Add some signals in. And we'll need a pass signal here. Remove that one there. One, two, three, four in. That one, pass signal here. Pass signals there. One, whenever you're on an angle here, that is just one. So 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 4. Go. That looks good. Because this is a merge here. Some signals there so we don't have any nasty accidents. So that's our petrochemical and petroleum fuels station set up and all connected. Now we need to go and connect that up to the petrol station. With this station, I'm only going to use a single track between the petrol station and this part of the line. I don't think we're going to have too much traffic, too many trains coming here. I think the one will probably be sufficient. I'm going to put the station here, as that will allow a little bit of room here for us to create a passenger service in the future. And to ensure that the local authority doesn't build where eventually I might want to put a passenger service, I'm just going to put some tracks down there. Basically will stop them from being able to build anything in here. Let's get this connected up. Yeah, we'll do it like this. I'm not sure whether I'll... yeah. In fact, we need to take that back by one. Let's give us room here to build a bridge and leave some room should we need to upgrade this part of the track in the future. Two along there. And as far as the signals go here, this part of the track, I'm going to use a standard pass signal as opposed to the one way. What this will allow is trains can pass on the rear side of this signal. With this pass signal, they can only go this way, they can't come in this way. So by using that one, it will allow the train to go this way and also to come in this way as well. And we won't actually then need any other signals on this portion of the track. Let's just get the rest of these next here. Remove that one. Remove this one. Have a path signal here. And that should work quite nicely. Throw a depot in to there. And that looks good. And we'll need a depot for this part of the track as well. So let's go and see petroleum fuels. Yeah, so we're back on our 6-wheel tank wagon. A little bit less than carrying oil. I think oil is 28 tonnes per wagon when full. But top speed we can achieve is 55 miles an hour. I might use the opportunity here, trying out this mogul. Yeah, we'll go with that. Some more petroleum fuels. At the minute, we're not producing huge volumes, so 40,000 litres. Each one of these can carry 12,000, so we'll start with a relatively small train. Let's go with that length there. And of course we'll need a brake van. It's going to go there. And then it's going to go to Heartbourne Woods. And then we'll want it to not load. Unload and leave empty. So our first petroleum fuel, petrol train. So the first run won't pick anything up, but as these oil trains now start to arrive, we should start to see petrol being produced here. We have a couple of trains coming in. Yep, and there we are, our first lot of petrol. And some more. It's 55,000 litres. And this will, I think, if I remember, start to fall off if it's not collected. Which is why I've only chose a small train at the moment. It's plodding away. Slightly quicker than Mogul. These guys only doing 50. And the Mogul doing 55. So we'll leave that running for now. And let's have a look how we're going to solve this one to get our petrochemicals to the ammonia plant. I'll just start with the 2 here. That needs to be a little bit longer. One here. We got our row set up. First, connect that across to the original line, and that to there. Once this fella goes, let's just get him in there and get him out again. We can now delete all of this. Just need to double check that the coverage is still picking up the oil, and it is. Let's get rid of all this infrastructure here. Add some signalling. One, two, three, four. Great. Okay. We have our railway set up correctly now. Check these are still in here, they are. Now, what we need to do is to get a lorry station set up. And here. And keep that in a straight line if we can. Have that connected to Flowerwood Wells. ourselves a little road depot. And then we'll head back over to here. We'll get maybe 152,000. We're getting a lot of I've just spotted something here. Yeah. So our petrol train, because the way the pathfinding works, is actually using this station, but we don't want it to use this one because we only want that for incoming oil trains. So the way we'll get around that is we'll add a waypoint in here. We'll find our petrol train and we will tell it that once it's been dropped off, it needs to go to the waypoint. So now it should go to this and then go into this station. We'll have to do the same for this one for our petrochemicals. I imagine that's going to be, the 6-wheel tank again, so we'll stick with the mogul. Let me have a look what try and get the right one. Petrochemicals, 30 tons, so that's actually heavier than oil, but hopefully the extra pulling power from this will be able to get the job done. We'll have a much longer train on this one. .1 length plus our brake. Then that's going to go to here, to the refineries. And it's going to go to Flaningville Wells, and to make sure we don't make that mistake that we did last time, the Flaningville waypoint. What I'm also going to do when it gets to New Flaningville Wells, try saying that after a few beers, is we'll ask it to transfer and leave empty, and that should then dump all of the petrochemicals here. And then what we then need to do stick with our trusty tanker truck for this. Tell that to go here, and New Flaningville Woods. Yet another tongue twister. No loading and leave empty. We'll get a couple of those extra. All we need to now do is just go and set up some quick groups. And freights, have a new group. Petrol to petrol station. That's going oil to, so that's going What's the name of that town? Hartbourne, I think. Yep. So the receiving station, Hartbourne Woods, and that's coming from Flaningville Refineries. I'll pop that in there. And then our other group here is petrochemicals and spell. It's ammonia plant. In fact, no. Yeah, to ammonia transfer station. That was New Floodwood Wells. We don't make these names easy. That's of course come from our good friends in the Flaningville Refineries. And finally, we'll get check these around. Our petrochemicals group set up. Petrochemicals to ammonia plants. And you've come from... Maybe that's the last time I have to use the words Floodwood Woods in a while. Oh, I've just realised I mustn't have set up groups for these as well. We'll quickly go and do that. Just check all these relate to Wunton. No, they don't. Vehicle 61. Set the group up. I just haven't bothered leaving them in there. Same with this one as well. Alrighty. So our refinery is now moving the goods that it is manufacturing. We have a lot of petrochemicals here. Just before we sign off, we'll get another one of those going. And that will hopefully see us get some big profits. Meant to show this before, but in terms of cargo payment rates, this is petrochemicals and this is petroleum. And as you can see, much better payouts than passengers, and they don't fall off anywhere near as much in value over time. Expecting some good things from that. Yeah, already making us some profit. Right guys, that wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching. Hope to catch you next time. This is Tommy P, signing off.